Does the sight of me stinging myself with this stinging nettle make you feel uncomfortable or even triggered? Are you unaware of the benefits to your health from the sting? If so, it could be a strong indication of the disconnection between you and your natural surroundings. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself this: are you a passive observer of nature or an active participant? Once we return back to our foraging roots in search for food and medicine in the wild, you just can't help getting yourself pulled off of the beaten track. And once you find yourself off the beaten track, you just can't help but get yourself stung, you know? Stinging happens, and sometimes you've got to just get through certain areas where there's nettles. Like this situation, for example. I've seen a plant in here, some water mint, that I really want. And just here, we got some nettles. So I'm going to have to navigate through the nettles to get to the prize. And in that process, I might get stung. Even when I go to pick up this water mint, I've got to navigate through these guys. And I'm likely to get stung, you know? But then I come across a real prize like this guy. Water mint. Absolutely gorgeous plant. My favourite way to utilise this one is in a cup of tea. Stinging nettles are found wherever you find people. And the more that we engage with our natural environment, the more likely we are to get stung. But have no fear, the pain of these stings of the nettle soon become pleasure. And the stings of the stinging nettle, as well as consuming them, hold all sorts of wonderful health benefits for us. The stings of the nettle are helpful for an array of different things, including arthritis, seasonal allergies, blood circulation. But I'll get into that some more later on in the video. Many of us now find ourselves living in a sterile environment, whether that be an office 9-to-5 job and then you're off to the supermarket under fluorescent lights, all your food's sterilised. And in that situation, the idea of getting stung by a nettle is so off-putting and unappealing to even step out off of the beaten track. But fear not, because our roots are calling us back. Nettles provide us with a superfood that is free, packed with vitamin A, C, K, phosphorus, proteins, fats, iron, the list goes on. Our ancestors that were more connected with nature had no fear of the nettles and saw them as a friend and not a foe. Somewhere along the line we became disconnected with the nettle. We've replaced it with inferior greens like spinach, for example. It's time for us to take control of our diets, especially those on a low income. A low income should not mean a poor diet. Take back your freedom and take back your power, and that can all start with picking a flower. When I'm out in nature, it acts like an elevator, eliminates ruminator, procrastinator. I get stuff done like Mr. Motivator. Foraging for food improves my mood, makes me chilled out like a surfer dude. I could write a book on all the leaves that I've chewed and all the roots that I've stewed and document the bounty of wild food. Right, now back to some of the health benefits to the sting of the stinging nettle. Firstly, on the nettle it has needle-like structures that pierce the skin and inject us with histamine. And in response, our bodies get more familiar with the histamine and build up our own natural defence. And that in turn really helps us with seasonal allergies. Many people suffering from arthritis also report pain relief when stinging themselves with the stinging nettle. The ancient Egyptians knew all about the pain relief of the nettles, and they would use it for arthritis as well as lower back pain. If you're not used to being stung by a stinging nettle, the first few times is going to be unpleasant. But soon you will build up a physical and mental resilience and the pain will become pleasure. So the next time you find yourself out in nature on a walk, allow yourself to stray off the beaten track. And when you get there, allow your wild intuition to guide the way. Subscribe to the channel for more knowledge of empowerment. And remember, the best things in life are free.